Alrighty everyone, I'm Ann Birchard. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to make this thank you rainbow card using a stencil. This stencil right here. I've taken the inspiration for my rainbow colors from the Subtles collection. This is on page 163 of the annual catalog. So I'm going to be using Calypso Coral, Blushing Bride, Saffron, Mint Macaron, Balmy Blue, and Highland Heather. And I'll have all the supplies that I use in the description below. So let's make a card. We're going to start off with the Whisper White card base. I'm sorry, just a Whisper White, cut 5.5 by 4 1/4. We're going to trim this down because we're going to be using our stitched framelits in the squares. So then we can pop it up onto our gorgeous Grape card base. I'll set that aside. So let's get to stenciling. Two ways you can do this. The first is place your Whisper White on the back, use some low tack tape, or if you don't have that, use the Tombo mono glue. You place it on your stencil and you wipe off the excess with your finger and you leave it alone for a couple of minutes. This is going to create a temporary and removable adhesive that you can reuse your stencil over and over again, and you don't need to worry about the low tack tape. So let's get to stenciling. I'm going to be using this makeup brush, and I'm going to start off with the Calypso Coral. And in between each of the colors, I'm going to use this microfiber cloth just to wipe it off, the color off, and I don't contaminate. So let's start with the Calypso Coral. I'm going to start here up in the corner. I'm doing about 2 of these rows to get me going, and then that will leave me room for all of the colors. Next is Blushing Bride. Again, I'm going to wipe off my brush, pick up the Blushing Bride, and I am just doing circle motions back and forth. And it's up to you how intense you want this color. If you want it darker, add more. Next, I'm going to move on to Saffron after I clean off my brush. Again, pick up some color. And it's okay if you overlap. It's going to give you even another color in between. There we go. Clean off my brush. Onto Mint Macaron. Pick up more color here. These stencils are so versatile. Create backgrounds, create focal points. With the texture paste, you can create 3D effect, and that will be an upcoming video. Next, I'm going to moving on to Balmy Blue. For these newer, I push on the back, and it pops it right open. Pick up some Balmy Blue. I know the camera is shaking, sorry. That's where my stand is on my table here. And then the last color is Highland Heather. Again, squeeze on the back, pops it open. Clean off my brush, and then put the Highland Heather here down in the corner. If you can hear my dog crying in the back, she probably thinks I left her. Okay, now it's the reveal time. Woo! Woo, look at that pretty rainbow. Now, you can leave it here and have the white showing through, but I went back through with the colors and just simple tone down the white. There's the Highland Heather. Clean off the brush. Balmy Blue. And then on to Macaron. Clean off the brush. Almost done. Very simple technique. No skills required. You're the artist. You can put this on as heavily as you want. Oh, that's coming together nicely. All right, just two more. Back to Blushing Bride. If you have any questions or comments on these techniques, or if there's a technique you would like to see, please leave a comment down below. I read every single one and I answer every single. And the last color is Calypso Coral. And we are finished. Now that the rainbow is done, I'm going to head over to my die machine and I'm going to use this stitched frame and cut it out. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I have die cut using the stitched frames. Carefully take it apart. So with these dies, you get a twofer. You've got a frame with the stitched or the inside, which we are going to use. That turned out really good. We are going to use Gorgeous Grape as our card base. It measures 8.5 by 5.5 and either fold or score at 4 1/4. Get a nice groove there. Grab my bone folder. There we go. And we are just going to adhere the background using our Snail Adhesive. Doesn't have to be hurricane proof. Just has to be able to survive the 7-year-old. I've got some extra. This is where you can use your take a pick and get rid of those stragglers. There we go. All right, now the next part of the card is the thank you portion. And this is using the thank you die. And like I did on my last card with the Aloha, and I'll link that above so you can watch it, I'm going to die cut this 3 times out of black cardstock and use my Tombo mono glue and pile it up. So let me go die cut these out and I'll be right back. All right, I've die cut 3 thank yous. And this again is where the take your pick tool comes in handy. The holes on top of the dies is for you to poke them out, poke through, and this is going to release the cardstock from the die. Instead of trying to use your fingernails to get it out, oh, it's still a little stuck. You just poke it out using the piercing tool on the take your pick tool. Come on out. There we go. Excellent. Oh, there's a little guy left. Come on out. He doesn't want to go. Gotcha. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat to do my gluing. Silicone mat is great. Any messes, simple cleanup. And my project won't stick to the silicone. Now what I learned from my daughter when she was in kindergarten was dot, dot, not a lot when it comes to glue. And that definitely applies with this. You don't want the glue oozing out. And I see I need to poke out on top of the O. Okay, second layer. Oh, both of them need to be poked out. We'll get these lined up. I like using the liquid glue on making these embellishments. It gives me time to align these, I'd say perfectly, but they're not perfect. Close to perfect. Whereas if you use the snail tape, you're not going to have time to adjust and make them line up. Okay, last one. Dot, dot, not a lot. I hope my daughter watches these videos when she's older and she'll laugh. Probably be embarrassed, but that's our job. Embarrass our kids because we love them. Just throw that out there. And dot, dot, not a lot. And last one. You've got time. Loads of time to align it up. Getting there. Now, the Tombo monoglue will dry clear, so I'm not worried about that. So flip it over. Let's add our almost final steps. And then we can put this on top of the rainbow. You could also use the fine tip glue pen as well. But I had this out for the stencil. I figured we'll just keep it out. And I think we're good. Carefully pick it up. And place it down. I like to use the acrylic blocks on top, give it a little weight. While it glues, pick up a little bit while we wait for it to dry. Awesome. All right, gotta have our bling. These are our rhinestones. Going down here. The dog wants to help. She's still crying. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, looks good. Let's add some more bling. I'm going to use the Wink of Stella. This is a nice little paintbrush. Adds a little sparkle. The camera might not be able to pick it up, but in real life, you'll be able to see this shimmer. And it's so easy to add this embellishment. Again, no skills required, just paint it on. And if you slop over it, well, you meant to do it. It's homemade. There we go. That's it. And we're done. That took us no time at all. So, thank you for watching my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. I post a video every week on Friday. Please leave comments and I'll have links to all the supplies that I use, plus a link to my online store, open 24/7. Thank you so much and have a great day.